Uh-oh. Hey, Donna, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I hit the mute by mistake. There was a motorcycle earlier, a few seconds ago, and I hit mute, and I thought I unmuted, but I guess I didn't. But happy Wednesday, everybody. What are you guys having for dinner? Y'all know that's one of the main questions of the day, right? Is it a Wing It Wednesday? Is it a whatever you can find Wednesday? Y'all know those days you go in the kitchen and it's whatever you can find. Like you tell the kids, I'm not cooking today. You tell the husband, the significant other, I'm not cooking today. It's whatever you find because it's whatever I find. Or sometimes they don't like to hear that. When you say you're not cooking, it gets as quiet as a mouse in the house. They don't like to hear that. They're like, what you talking about? You ain't cooking. Like, you know what it means. I'm not cooking today. What y'all gonna eat? Look, ask them what we're gonna eat. What are we going to eat? What are y'all going to cook? Sometimes you gotta ask them what are they going to cook. Lentil soup, fried chicken, jalapeno cornbread. Oh, that sounds good. That sounds good. The ooh, that jalapeno cornbread, don't it? It sounds it sounds good. All of it sounds good. But when you said that jalapeno cornbread, you wanted some lentil soup. Girl, look. Anybody coming across this live, you guys be careful, okay? Be careful, be careful, be careful. Because you know that thing that happened in 19. I don't like to say it. I don't like for it to be in my chat, but y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, people are coming down with that, especially in certain areas of the country. So I know some people have the attitude that it is what it is. You know, I guess they don't even use protective equipment, PPE. They don't use it. But look, let me tell you, be careful. And don't give two cares about what somebody says if you have on your mask or your gloves and all that. Be careful. Because those people aren't going to pay your bills, okay? They are not going to pay your bills. The first thing they're going to say is, does he have a wife? Does she have a husband? Do they have kids? Do they have parents? Do they have family? You know, if you have to be off work for a little bit. So go out and protect yourselves however you feel like you need to, especially in certain environments. You know, because people feel like however they feel about protecting, someone will come right by you and come sit right next to you and call out in the open, it won't even, you know, turn their, cough in their sleeve, cough in their hand, and touch everything. Yes, thank you, Donna. Watch lines, prize, legs move. Okay, we hope that it motivates you to get up and move your own. We hope that it encourages you, you know, in the right way. We hope that it encourages you in the right way to get up and move your own. Move your legs, move your arms, whatever it is that you prefer to move, because you don't have to just walk. Y'all know we go through the gamut of things that you can do, right? Walk, stationary bike, ride your bike in the neighborhood, ride your elliptical, walk your treadmill, right? Go swimming, get up and dance, walk in place. That was a great one that Rock had said that we never said before, walking in place, okay? Walk around every room of your house. If you want to stay in the cool, all right, walk around the outside of your house, walk around the block, walk around the mall, walk around the whole neighborhood on those days where the sun isn't like beaming down on you, okay? And always contact your primary care provider if you have never worked out before, or if you're starting to work out, or if you are a workout addict and something just doesn't feel right. Always contact your primary care provider. We've said that for well over a year, every day, and we're going to keep saying it. Okay? Because when we encourage you to be fit, that is a part of it. Getting your regularly scheduled screenings, going to your regularly scheduled appointments, that's a part of it. Going to your nutritionist. Now, you may not necessarily need a nutritionist, but if you feel like you do, your doctor can help you with that. Your physician's assistant can help you with that. Your nurse practitioner can steer you in the right way with that. Okay? Listen to them. Listen to your occupational therapist, your physical therapist. Okay? Your wellness coach. If you have a wellness coach or a personal trainer, each and every one of those components are a part of the team. You are the nucleus of the atom, okay? So it's like they've made a circle, created an atom, and you're the nucleus. So what you want to always do, even though having an open dialogue with them is crucial and important, always listen to your body and what it tells you. The same way I tell you guys to listen to your discernment. Don't put it off to the side. Don't hide it. If you've always used it and you know it steers you right 98.9, 99.9% of the time, don't shut your discernment down. So listen to your body, okay? The same way you listen to your discernment. All right? And thank you guys for those thumbs up. I really focus over here on commenting in the chat, okay? Subscribing if you haven't. Tap that notification bell once you subscribe so that you'll get all notifications, okay? And just watching. If you don't want to comment, that's fine. If you want to tap the like button, that's fine. But you can double tap that screen, and it's easy as that. You don't even have to hit the three dots anymore. But either way you do it is great. I don't push that a lot because it runs people off. It runs people off, especially when it seems like you're fussing about it. So I'm just like, hey, if I see the number, whatever the number is, if it's 10, I'm grateful. If it's 5, I'm grateful. If it's 2, I'm grateful. If it's 0, I'm grateful when 1 comes in. And I would appreciate the tapping of the like, okay? I would appreciate it. But I'm not going to harp on it, and I'm not going to, pester you about it. Because, again, for some reason, that turns people off, and they'll leave. So I can deal with them with the view better than I can deal with them leaving. You have like 16, 17, 18 in the chat, and you say tap that like button. Let me tell you, 5 people leave. 5 people will leave. I don't know what it is about it. It's just a reminder, but statistically, it's been noted statistically that it's something about asking people to hit that like button. So, dear dancing angel, girl, you've been dancing all day. Y'all, please check out Angel Eyes 1111 1111 1111. Okay. Please check Angel Eyes out. She's been dropping those shorts, happy shorts. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing. I'm glad to see her dropping happy shorts. So you guys check them out and give her a like. Comment, subscribe if you haven't. And tap that notification bell. Y'all know over here, when I ask you to tap the notification bell, I'm asking you to ring my doorbell, okay? I thank you, sis. You're welcome, sis. Much love, much love. Wow, all day. Yes. Girl, I just been looking at the news a little bit today. And y'all know how when we're having a conversation, right? It's easy to say, or we often have the conversation about people and what they do in sticky situations, right? Say, for instance, you walk up on a couple arguing, right? And God forbid he starts to touch her, okay? Hit her. Or she starts to hit him. Or she hits her or he hits him, whatever it is. Do you feel like you would be inclined to intervene. And intervention doesn't mean physically all the time. Like, there are so many ways you can intervene. You can intervene physically. You can intervene verbally. Say something. See something, so say something. You can call the police. You can call 911. If you're at a storefront or something, you can ask management to do something. Um, you can ask other people who are looking, bystanders, to call while you try to, talk the situation down. Now, of course, when something looks so serious that it might cause you harm, no, you're not going to intervene. Some people will. Some people will. But do you feel like you would intervene, or are you that person that would pull out the camera? Pull out the camera. And I know a lot of people are going to justify pulling out the camera by saying, well, at least we got it on camera. We got it on video. That's true, but if someone is being hurt, harmed, or in some way their safety is being jeopardized, is it really, really that important to pull out the camera if you can intervene safely? Because if you can't intervene safely, of course, you're going to pull out the camera, you're going to yell, scream, you're going to do what you can do, right? Because my thing is with pulling out the camera, how many people pull out the camera but don't dial 911 first? So many people will pull out the camera because they want to record it, and they say it's so that, well, that'll be evidence. But some of them, they don't even submit it as evidence. They go somewhere seconds, minutes later, and they leak it. They share it for likes, for comments, for views, likes, and comments. So if you're going to do that, to me, yeah, don't say, well, I recorded it so that people could see. Because that's really why a lot of people just record. Solely so someone else can see. Solely to boost up their likes, their views, and all this stuff. If you are really concerned with somebody's safety and health, you're going to call 911. Then you're going to record. Heck, half the times you could probably call 911 as you're recording. Donna says, that's so dangerous. I cannot say anything because I've been there and no one helped me. Why? Really, Donna? Like people just watched. They just watched. Yes, I would try to intervene because every second a woman or man is being assaulted. Yes. Yes. Every second. A woman, man, or child. Woman, man, or child. See something. Exactly. See something, say something. Even if you know that you don't have hello. Even if you know that you don't have the physical strength to intervene. You know what? Some people know that they can't win if they intervene. Like they know they can't really break up the situation. And they know that they may get hurt. And they still intervene. You still have, I guess you would call those superheroes. They will still intervene. But some people, they don't even try because they're too busy trying to pull out their phone. And I'm like, okay, pull out the phone, have the evidence, but say something, yell, scream. If you can't go and pull them apart, yell, scream. Ask the neighbor, ask the store manager, ask somebody to do something while you're calling 911. And the thing about that, when they justify using the camera, there's probably like, people just walking by, looking and watching. And I bet you every one of them pull out a phone. Every one of them pull out a phone before dialing 911. They pull out the phone, but before dialing 911, they're getting it recorded. Well, you're recording, and by the time you do decide to dial 911, it's all over. It's all over. So, what would you do? This is a What Would You Do Wednesday. It's all over the place. So that makes no sense. And Donna said, say something, see something, say something. Yes. If you're afraid to physically intervene, if you're afraid to say something, because I know some situations, especially like in small towns, people know each other. And it's like, You don't want that trouble or that hassle of seeing a couple in an altercation, right? You help and assist whoever's being assaulted. The next thing you know, you see them back together, which that's their prerogative, but you see them back together and you try to physically intervene and got hurt or got a couple of scratches or made an enemy out of the person who was assaulting the person, or you may have made an enemy out of both of them. Because guess what? If they're back together, they're together. And if one is mad at you, the other one may not really be mad at you, but that's their mate. So a lot of times people do have reasons for not intervening, but it's like sometimes you just can't care. Like, just do it safely. They may see you calling the police or whatever. They may get mad at you. They're probably not your friends anyway, or your family, whoever. They're probably not anything close to you or anybody close to you anyway. And if they are close to you, because sometimes we do witness family having altercations, and they feel like they need to be that mad at you because you tried to do something, prevent, something bad from happening, then maybe they just need to be mad at you. Right, because you could save someone's life, Donna. Right. Maybe they just need to be mad at you. So I know it's frustrating, when you see something like that happen. But if it's a child, and I know some people may be a little bit more reluctant when it's adults, but if it's a child, who cares? Who cares if they're mad at you? You don't respect them anyway, right? You don't respect someone who's doing something like that anyway. So if it's a child that they're hurting, that they're assaulting, then you don't care if they like you. You don't care if they're mad at you after they see you do the reporting. You simply don't care. And if you want to physically intervene, guess what? It's a child. You have every right to physically intervene. You have every right to physically intervene. And when I say a child, it could be a toddler, it could be a grade school child, it could be a high school child, it could be a teenager. It could be a young adult. It could be a college student. You know how many young adults are still intimidated by their parents? How many young adults are still intimidated by their parents? Some, not because they're so much afraid of them, but some because they know their parents' demeanor. They know how their parents respond to things. They know how their parents react. So it's one thing to be intimidated in a way where, like, you don't want your mom and dad to find out because it's going to be some answering to somebody, especially if somebody's bothering you, right? But when you have, like, say for instance, a situation where a young lady's getting married, right? And the mom and or dad, they just fully try to control the wedding. They're just trying to take it over. It's like, no, you need to wear this color and you need to do this. You need to have this many bridesmaids and you need to do this. You need to let this minister, oversee your wedding and you need to do this. And they literally get mad at the person if they speak up for themselves and say, Mom, look, no, I want this minister. I want it to be at this church, not that church, not our old church I grew up in. I want it to be at his church. You have parents who will really, really go in on their kids, adult kids, about things like that. So, and sometimes it takes an auntie, a best friend or a close friend, the godmother, a cousin, friend, anybody, to kind of intervene and be like, Mom, pump your brakes. It's her wedding. It's their wedding. If she asks you for help, you're supposed to help her. Your help shouldn't be based on what you want her wedding to be. This is your daughter. This is your niece. This is your friend. This whoever it is that you're helping with their wedding. You shouldn't be helping them based on what you want it to be. Do you want it to be the best for them? Yes. But that shouldn't be a stipulation for your help. You know, yes, me, okay, Donna, I hope and pray I never bear witness to that. Exactly, exactly. Because when it's a kid, when it's an adult, but when it's a kid, you're gonna do something. Even if you don't go and physically intervene, you are definitely going to call 911. But it's just so amazing to me how so many things happen, and we talk about the way people pull out their phones first, and then it's like, but who called 911 first? Who called 911 first? I was a birdie zilla. Oh, you were a bride? I said a birdie. I was a bridezilla. See, you didn't let anybody control. Hi, Betty. Happy retirement days. Welcome in. I don't know why I said I saw birdie. For some reason, I keep seeing that BRID is E. I just forgot, didn't just left the E all off. You were a bridezilla. So they knew, Donald, they knew not to take over. And if they tried, they learned quickly that they couldn't take over your wedding. That's your big day. That's your wedding day. So, sometimes you do have parents who are kind of overbearing all the way into adulthood. And then even if they kind of lighten up, the kids are still a little bit reluctant on what they take to them because all their lives from birth until 18, 19, 20, 25 even, they've been kind of mother hen like, but on a big scale, like it was a bit much. So now those adult kids are like certain things they don't want to tell their parents, or even if they are grown and married, they may need someone to talk to, but they don't want to talk to the mom or dad or sometimes they prefer to talk to the dad and not the mom, or the mom and not the dad. And sometimes they prefer not to talk to either. They prefer to talk to an auntie, even grown adult children. Because even though in their hearts the parents want what's best, they want what's best for them, sometimes parents can come off as being judgmental. And if you're a parent, you understand what I'm talking about. And if you're not a parent, you've had parents, you know what I'm talking about. Sometimes, okay, Donna, right. Sometimes you don't have time to call for assistance and you have to intervene. And even, again, if you can't do it, hey, yell at someone inside the store. Yell at the person across the street who's just kind of maybe not noticing what's going on, but they see what's happening. You got to do something. Do something. But the people who are just recording and they're sitting there, and then after everything is said and done, they dropping 2, 3, 4, 5, 10-minute videos. They had time to call. Because safety is first and foremost. But they made the camera action first and foremost. They made the story. It's like with these camera phones, everybody's a news reporter. And that could be a good thing, and it oftentimes is a good thing. It's a great thing. I'm sure we can recall a lot of incidences and a lot of times where pulling out that camera, pulling out that phone was the best thing to do. It was the right thing to do. But depending on the situation, the circumstances, if someone's safety is involved, dial 911 before hitting record. Dial 911 before hitting record. I hope you're having a good Wednesday as well, Betty. Don't know what you're cooking up today, but I know you're cooking up something good. You usually are. Or you're making something sweet. It was so much to do. I was exhausted, Lines. You were exhausted. Look, and that's the thing, too. When it's like a big event, like a wedding or something like that, Donna, and it doesn't, sometimes your friends can be overbearing, right? Or your sisters, your siblings. So it's not always just the parent when it comes to big events or, life-changing moments. Sometimes your siblings and your friends can be overbearing. Sometimes the wedding planner can be overbearing. And then once you realize that you're under more stress with the help, you start to want to just do it all on your own. which still means a lot of stress. But when someone is stressing you out like that, it's like you just want to say, you know what, forget it. I don't need the help. And then you want to do it on your own. And then everybody takes a step back and they're like, huh? Like, oh, we were just trying to help. She didn't appreciate the help. Yes, you did. Sometimes people have to step back, like we say a lot of times, do a self-evaluation. How were you helping? Because that's a stressful time, even if you have the best help ever. Like if you have someone who's doing it exactly the way you want it, everything that they come up with is A-okay, maybe some minor changes, it's still stressful. Yes, you have to oversee everything. I'm going to do him like Janet did on Poetic Justice. My wedding started out small and grew. I had to change venues. Yep. A lot of times, like Donna, when it started out small, what happened? Did more people hear about it? And then you felt like, okay, they're going to feel left out, so I have to invite them too. Next time I'm going to the courthouse, I'm just saying, Donna, you're going to the courthouse. Hold on a second. Okay, y'all hear those cicadas? We got the birds. See, that's what I'm talking about. When you're outside, you don't have to be in the most beautiful place in the world, right? Nature is beautiful wherever you are. Listen to the birds. Y'all know we like to listen to the birds over here. Listen to the cicadas. They start singing, doing their thing around this time. They're getting it in. Donna, not the courthouse. You know what? I hear so many people that say they do that. And it was good for them. They go to the courthouse and they just have a big reception. And everybody can come. And I've heard people say that some people who go to the courthouse, it's like they start planning the wedding. And it's like so many people, they don't want people to feel left out. So they just don't invite anybody. They just go to the courthouse. They go to the courthouse and they save the money that would have gone on the wedding and they use that for their honeymoon or for a big reception. So I've often heard people say that they'd rather have a small, quaint wedding and a big reception. My job and family. Okay, 2 photographers. My mommy said everyone loves my child. Yes, yep. Look, when people feel left out of an event like that, their feelings really are hurt. Their feelings really get hurt. So, you know that one, that means they really, really have, love for you. Or 2, some of them were just mad because you didn't invite them to come be nosy. Okay, that's how it grew. Okay, I got you. See, yeah, that's very, very possible. You'll get people that are like, this thing keeps trying to fly and light on me. I see it, it's big, I don't know what it is. You'll get people who are like, what is this? I can't kill him because I don't want to smash him, I don't know what it is. You'll get people who will like, they'll be like, oh, you didn't invite me? Why didn't you invite me? And then honestly, it's not that you wouldn't have invited certain people. Some people you just don't feel like will want to come. Or you don't really feel like you're close like that or cool like that they would want to come to something so big. Girl, it's flying. Whatever it is, it's flying. It's some kind of flying insect. Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. It will add up. You definitely have to take into account those plus ones. You definitely have to take into account the plus ones because those plus ones will add up. They will add up. And a lot of times, it's good nowadays to say plus one. to literally say +1. Um, Unless you know it's going to be really small and you know exactly who you want. And so, of course, there are some couples where you know you're inviting both of them. But when you start to send out invitations to just single people, individual people, a lot of times they're like, oh, well, I know I can bring a date. And you may truly have just, you know, accounted for, say, 100 people. Some of them, you may have accounted for their date. Some of them, like you know, like your coworkers, you may just be thinking, okay, that's my coworker. She's not going to bring anybody. You have to account for those who are going to bring those +1s. And then sometimes you don't want to do that because a lot of times people don't come, and then you have all that money spent on more food than you needed, a bigger venue than you needed. So, you know, it's good when people RSVP. It's good when they do. Like, let people know. Let people know. And let people know. Have that date that you need to know by. You know, and I think that helps a lot. That does help a lot. A lot of people don't like to reserve their spot, though, because they feel like they don't really know. They may have to work. I understand that. So it's wild how a wedding can really just grow like wild. Donna said I even invited the haters. Yes, it is. It's definitely best to get a head count. It is. Like, have them to respond by a certain date and be clear. You know, be bluntly, okay? Be blunt and be clear that, you know, you need to know, and you need to know about a certain day, because nobody has money to waste. You know, nobody has money to waste. I feel like the best places to have weddings are like big churches, if you can. They don't have to be huge. They don't have to be a mega church. Because a lot of times people don't like to. They say they don't really like to deal with the invitations, and I'm like, shoot, that's the best way to be though. You need a head count. You need a general idea. You do. You really do. But if you feel like there are some people who haven't responded, then try to have it in a venue where it holds at least 100 people. At least 100 people. You don't have to necessarily expect 100. But, because you want to have space, you know. You want to have space. So, have it at a place where you expect like at least 100 people. Cocktail hour, yes. Yeah, that's expensive. Yep, that's expensive. That's very expensive. You got to remember that. You know, some people have, they give tickets in order to get a certain number of drinks. Now, I'm gonna tell y'all something about a good old-fashioned country wedding. You ain't getting no tickets. You ain't getting no nothing. And guess what? You're gonna have enough. You're going to have enough. Okay, if you do one of those nice backyard weddings, see, a lot of times people look at like backyard weddings, like, yeah, some people have really nice homes. Or, you know, the family a family member may have a really nice home. Shoot, you decorate that backyard and have it looking really nice. Fix it so that those torches and so those mosquitoes and stuff don't mess you up. And you can have a wing dang doodle. And look, people don't mind supplying the bar. When you kind of do it, sometimes you got to, just depending on your location, depending on you and your family, you know, the type of vibes you like. Sometimes those can be the best wing dang doodles, I'm telling you. I'm talking about from a wedding to a graduation party to just a congratulatory party. Congratulations on something. Man, look, just invite. Tell anybody to come. And then give them an assignment. Give them an assignment. And you'll have enough. They'll have enough to drink if they don't have anything else. And look, let them know, look, we got this much food. Any other food, you got to go out and get it. You got to go out and get it. We'll grill it, we'll cook it. but we got this much. Y'all, sometimes those type of throw together parties like that, they're the best kind. They're the best kind. Your niece was the bartender? Nice. That's nice. So, family, it is good to have family who's willing to help, pitch in, especially if they have certain talents. Like, you have someone who bakes. Hey, keep it in the family. Pay them to bake the cake. But it's easy to say some of this stuff. But like when you start, as we're talking about it, I have to think, some people are just people. We just people. We just be peopling. Because on one hand, I say, pay your family member, right? Instead of paying, especially if you know that they're talented, right? And if that's their job, that's what they do. And you have some people who are like, yeah, keep it in the family, give the family the business. But then at the same time, you got some people who expect families to do it for little or nothing. So we gotta be, sometimes it is a little bit rocky. It's a little shaky when you're dealing with family. Because if family says to me, cuz, I'll do the cake. I'm not gonna charge you my normal fee, but I am going to charge you. I'm cool with that. But you got some family, they go to a professional baker, their cousin, and they want them to do it for free. So a lot of times it's like family can be helpful, and then it can be not so helpful. It can cause issues. So if you feel like it's going to cause issues, let it go. Just go to a professional. And what you're going to hear at the wedding or at the event, the graduation party, you're going to hear, her cousin does cakes. Her cousin does events. She's an event planner. Why didn't she? Because sometimes it's best not to use family. But guess what? You know which family is okay. You know which family is okay. So I just said that sometimes it can, it can be both sides of the fence. You got the person who needs the service thinking you're going to do it for basically nothing. If it's family, I don't expect for them to do it for nothing unless they tell me they're going to do it for nothing. I expect for them to, to want to be paid. They're working. Now, it would be nice if they give you a discount compared to their regular fees. So I like meet in the middle. I'm giving you business, and since we're family, especially if we're close cousins or close family, then yeah, give me 20 or 30%. Give me 20 or 30% off. My in-laws had a really nice home and big backyard, but that would have been too many people. Yeah. Now see, if it's just, it all depends on the size. Now, if you're gonna keep it quaint and just a couple of friends, a few friends, then a backyard, a nice big backyard is nice. I've seen people joke people about that, but I'm like, first of all, it cut down on price. You didn't have to rent this big venue. You didn't have to pay, because a lot of times you can get married. Like, it depends on your church. Some churches will charge a fee, for a wedding, because they're having a wedding. They're opening their church. They're opening their bathroom facilities. They're marrying you. Some churches do charge, even if you're a member. So they may not charge as much if you're a member, but some churches will charge you for you to have your wedding at their church. So yeah, I can see why people choose the backyard, choose the beach. I think some beaches you have to get that approved or get it okay. But some beaches, if you know it's just going to be you and the bride and groom, kids if they have kids, parents, sometimes people choose to do it on the beach. But yeah, if you know that it's that big, then yeah, you're gonna have to rent it, a venue, or you're going to have that house where you open the house and your yard. Your house and your yard. And a lot of people don't want to do that. A lot of people don't want to open their house. to people. My other niece was the baker at Homeland. They did my wedding cake and groom cake. We would love for you to join the. Yeah, we love you guys. I think you're still talking about the wedding. Yes, we would love for you to join the live. Drop down and leave a comment if you would like. Positive vibes only. Keep it about the conversation going on in the chat, or create new conversation that is lighthearted. Okay, lighthearted and non-direct, not directed to anybody anywhere else. Okay, we've kept it like that for years over here, and we like it like that. I love a small, quaint, just like we're talking about a small, quaint wedding. I like a small, quaint chat. The smaller, the better. Now, if people want to come and they stay on positive vibes, we like that. We like that. But we aren't doing anything for a view, anything for a sub, anything to get a new sub. We don't do that. We don't do that. Because, as we know, people be peopling. People be peopling. So, it's just like YouTube has guidelines, and YouTube allows us to have guidelines, right? When you set up your lives, YouTube allows you to say no this, no that, no the other. Okay? And it pops up. And if you tap agree, then truly agree. You need to truly agree. Oh, really? Donna says the preachers are even charging for funerals now. Y'all watch the legs move, okay? Watch the legs move. Keep the legs, keep moving, keep the legs, the arms, move your body, make sure you don't hurt your body, okay? You want to move, but you want to move effectively. You want your movements to count. You want your movements to matter. At the end of the day, some of us have different goals. Some of us want to lose a few inches. Some of us want to lose some fat. Some of us want to tone, okay? But most importantly, it should be for fitness. Think fitness, okay? Think fitness, because when you do all of those things, it contributes to your fitness, right? It contributes to your wealth and health, and your health and your well-being, doing all those things, right? But a lot of times we get so focused on losing weight. Now, if that is a priority, then that is your priority, because we all have different priorities and we all have different goals. But just know that if your priority is losing pounds and keeping them off, you have to be consistent. You have to be persistent. If it's for fitness, you have to be persistent. You have to be consistent. Remember, if it's about those calories, get what that maximum heart rate is. Figure out your target heart rate zone. It is a percentage. It is a percentage, okay, of that maximum heart rate. And you got to get that heart working within that percentage range in order to burn those calories, okay? And if you are replacing those calories immediately, then don't be upset when you don't see results. Don't be upset when you don't see results, okay? The more processed carbohydrates, the more sweets you eat, the more your pancreas has to produce insulin, okay, to transport that glucose. All right, the more it has to do that. So, we can get into a lot of detail, but what we'll just say for here and for now, because this is for informational, informative, and educational purposes only, right? So we're just dropping nuggets over here. So we don't want to drop nuggets that go into too much detail, but we want to drop enough nuggets to let you know that you need to not just listen to people and run off and start disseminating information, but you need to research the .orgs, the .edus, the .govs. Look at reputable sources. For any nugget that you find over here, when we're being informational, educational, and entertainment, we're providing entertainment. When all of those are the purpose, that copyright 107. Those are all of those are the purpose for what we do over here. So it's to just inform you. It's to inform. You get informed. You take the nuggets. We inform by giving nuggets. You take those nuggets and you research, and you do thorough research, and you research reputable sources. The .coms, the .nets, they're okay, but don't let Google put you in a panic, okay? Because some of those, just like you have a lot of good resources, you got a lot of poor resources as well. So shoot for the .govs, the .edus, and the .orgs. But most importantly, the .docs, okay? Take it to your doctor. Take it to your doctor. Take it to your nurse practitioner, your CRNP, your physician's assistant, your PA, okay? Take it to a RN that you trust. One that has been in the business, okay? Take it to your wellness instructor, your fitness instructor, your personal trainer, your physical therapist, and your specialty doctors. Because a lot of people have more than a general practitioner. So you can discuss things with your general practitioner, but you also may have specialty doctors who specialize in other fields of medicine. You may have other issues going on, okay? It's just like when we always say, make sure you get enough water, all right? Yeah, you got to make sure you get enough water. But you have to make sure that the amount of water that you are taking in isn't too much as well, because some people have fluid restrictions. Y'all will hear this again. Some people have fluid restrictions. So we encourage you to drink plenty of water as long as you don't have fluid restrictions. If you have fluid restrictions, speak with your general practitioner or your specialty doctor, whoever addresses that issue for you, okay? Watch the legs move. Look at the legs move. Be encouraged and motivated to get up and move in your own way. In your own way. It doesn't have to be my way. It doesn't have to be Sarah's way. It doesn't have to be Lisa's way. It doesn't have to be Renee's way. It doesn't have to be Jonathan's way, Tim's way. It can be, but do it your way. And if you feel like you've plateaued, meaning come to a stumbling block, kind of you just keep hitting that block and you're not seeing any results, you've hit a plateau. You need to do something different. You need to switch it up. You need to do something different, and you need to switch it up. And even if you don't feel like you've hit a plateau, you hit a mental plateau. So remember that. Sometimes it's just like writer's block. When a writer gets writer's block. This is a very hot summer. Please stay hydrated. Yes, Donna, yes. It has been a hot summer. This has been one for the record books. I tell you, when I saw that it was 134 degrees somewhere, I was like, whoa, wow. Please contact your primary care provider before beginning or restarting any exercise regimen, any routine, okay? Over here, you know what it is for me, guys. You know how I think about exercising, okay? It's just a whole meal for me, right? My warm-up is my appetizer, my workout is my entree, and my cool-down is my dessert. But I get to enjoy 2 cool-downs because I come on here and cool down with you guys, and we talk, we interact, we drop nuggets, we pick up nuggets, okay? We try to disseminate general knowledge, okay? General knowledge. That's why sometimes I have to kind of pump the brakes, because you start getting into something, because some people will go and say exactly what you say and say it to somebody else, and they don't have the full understanding of it. Something basic, yeah, fine. You can do that. But sometimes you start saying things and you know that that's what they did because you hear it and you hear them fumbling with it, not really even knowing how to handle what they're trying to say. So that's why I always say, don't tell someone to do something unless you fully understand what you're telling them. And when you fully understand, you'll catch yourself stopping and pumping the brakes a little bit. because we're speaking in layman's terms, right? We're speaking in layman's terms. And then it's so funny because YouTube doesn't give us bachelor's, master's, doctorate. They don't give us those degrees, right? They don't have those degrees. So we cannot disseminate information. We can, but we shouldn't. You can hear 1,000 content creators say it, and it may make you feel cute to start saying it, but make sure that it's correct. Make sure that it is right. And don't let the first choice that pops up on the Google search, don't let that AI, now when you Google, there's AI information. And even before the AI information, there's always that people tend to go with those top 3 searches. Well, look, a lot of times that's based on just people searching certain things. But do you know that sometimes some companies pay to be the number 1, the number 2, the number 3 search? Doesn't necessarily mean that they're giving you proper information, correct information. Yes, Donna, it is. I'm about to go in about the next 5 minutes. I'm going to slow down so I know everybody where I am, but still, we can't just assume, right? I know everybody where I am, but I am going to take it in. And Donna, it is, like I was saying yesterday, it's starting to get dark a little bit earlier. It's going to kind of cycle around on its own from now till November. And then in November, we're going to fall back. And it's going to get dark really early. Really early. So when it gets dark really early, depending on how I get off, it'll be cool though. At least it'll be cool all day or most of the day. And I can go back into my afternoons, because right now I do afternoons if I'm off, and I tend to do the elliptical. Because I know you guys know I love Ellie. Don, I was cracking up today when you said Po Ellie. When you said Po Ellie, I was cracking up. You ain't lying, Donna. Look, I saw one too. And in fact, I saw 2 that I haven't seen. I think one of them I've seen before. He was sitting up there like a old king. He was sitting up there like the king he is, like a little, what do you call him, a little mini lion. He was sitting up there looking all regal. He was on, what do you call those, like the tabby cats? He was a tabby. He was sitting up there, he was big too. He was looking all regal. It could have been a she, I don't know. I don't be trying to find out. And then I saw another one that looked like he had been shaved. He looked shaven. Yeah, yes, Donna, he was a Garfield, but he wasn't plump like Garfield. He was big, and he was like Hulk Hogan. Yep, because look, girl, their senses are so keen. It's like, of course, they see you, they hear you, but it's like when you get by them, it's like they cock their head a certain way to let you know, don't play with it. Like, don't play with it. These cats don't be playing. He sure was. He was watching. He was watching. I'm like, that's why I don't be. I don't do them. I don't mess with them. Very, very. Yeah. Yes, very, very keen. Their senses are very keen. Girl, don't play. I don't play with them. I had a family member that was bitten by about 2 cats. I think scratched by 1. And I think she had stepped on the tail or the toe or the paw or something. Because it was like, and she was never afraid of them. Girl, look, I was afraid of them for her, okay? I was afraid of them for her. Because I was like, you have had those encounters with cats. And then one day I was at her house and I saw I ain't gonna even lie, this cat was really cute. He was, what do they call the multicolored ones? He was like orange, tan, brown. It was a girl cat. She was so cute. She was really cute. And I think the reason I was okay with that one is because we had seen it from the time it was it wasn't a kitten, but she was just always kind of petite. She was a small cat. But she wasn't like, I don't know. She looked like she was in between. She looked like a teenage cat, if that makes sense. You know, but she was full grown. But she was just sweet. And she would always come to her. And I'm like, are you feeding that cat? She would be like, nah, I'm not feeding it. I'm not feeding it. And so, you know, my other cousins would be like, why does that cat always come to you? Girl, we pulled up one day before she saw us. Y'all, she was feeding that cat. She was feeding that cat. She had been feeding that cat. I don't know why she didn't want us to know that she was feeding them. She had been feeding that cat. Yes, they are very intuitive. Yes, Donna, yes. They are definitely intuitive. So she was feeding the cat, y'all. Didn't want us to know she had been feeding it. Because I'm like, we knew it had to be something because she would be outside. Now, she's never had a cat as for a pet, only for dogs or puppies or whatever. She never had a cat for a pet. But this was like the neighborhood cat. And that's what made it even funnier. It wasn't a pet cat. She was like a neighborhood cat. But she was a sweet cat. And it's hard to believe I'm saying that. Because, you know, I love lions and I love them. You know, they're majestic. I love tigers. I love lions. I love leopards and cheetahs and panthers. I love those big cats. But the domestic ones, they got too much sense for me. I be telling y'all all the time, they got too much sense for me. Y'all look at the legs move in the dark. We're still moving. We're still moving. Look at the legs move. You see that? You see that brown shine? They're moving. They're moving. They're moving. We aren't moving fast, but we're moving, okay? Keep moving. Keep moving. Don't stop. Get it. Get it. Don't stop. Move with it. Okay? Don't stop. Get it. Get it. Don't stop. Move with it. Move those legs. Move that body. Move that body. Make sure you don't hurt that body. We're in a fit club over here. Okay? We're in a fit club. But yeah, she was, everybody kept asking, why is that cat so crazy about you? Like, every time we turn around, that cat is near your car. That cat is near you. She wasn't even in a rush to get her kids away from the cat. I'm like, okay. And like I said, it wasn't like she didn't like them, but us just knowing her history with them, I think what it was at the time when the cat did scratch her or bite her, I think she had accidentally stepped on his paw, stepped on his tail, and that was the reaction. Yep, and they had to get him. The Humane Society had to pick him up. And if I'm not mistaken, 2 of them were pet cats at someone's house. So, and she was young. She was young. So we think that that's what happened. We think that that's what happened. We think that's what happened. But it was just so strange to see her with that history that she had. And she still wasn't afraid of them. And we was just like, why is that particular cat so crazy about you? I don't know. She was like, I don't know. I don't know why she just wouldn't say because I feed her. And we pulled up one day. Me and my brother, who was it? One of our other cousins, we were together. We pulled up. And she was cleaning out her car. And you know, you got kids, little kids, you got food and everything. And the cat was just sitting there, y'all, just waiting. She was just throwing out stuff, French fries. She was just throwing out French fries. And then the next thing you know, we were pulling up, we saw her throwing out stuff. So that's what she was doing. But then next thing you know, it was almost like she was like, here, here. We almost like saw her like literally say like here to the cat. And when she saw us, she just busted out and started laughing. Because she knew we had been asking her, what is going on with you and this cat? This cat is crazy about you. Donna says, I was devastated last Pride. My second husband brought me a big Siamese cat. When me and that cat looked at each other, it was a no. Oh, big old cat. I told him, get that cat out of here. Donna. They are. They're very sneaky. And girl, sometimes they're crazy. Sometimes they're crazy. Have you ever seen a person have to get their cat and lock the cat in the room because the cat was like spazzing out? Girl, those cats can be wild. They are very sneaky. They're very intuitive. Like you said, they are very smart. Cats are smart. Cats are very smart. These cats, they are something else. I'm telling you, they're something else. I'm like, they're just as smart as us. Okay, so an animal that's just as smart as me, because they got street sense. They got street sense. Shoot, and that's all. That's all an animal needs. That's all an animal needs. So yeah, she was feeding the cat, y'all. That's why the cat was so crazy about her. And then, lo and behold, would you know this old lady? And then she wasn't an old lady. I'm just saying old as in she didn't have to do it. Girl, this lady in the neighborhood decided to, I guess, adopt the cat because everybody, the cat was just a sweet, friendly neighborhood cat. Y'all, she got the cat, and the cat would be sitting in her window, looking outside like it wanted to get out. Now that ticked me off. That ticked me off. Really, they're really mean. Oh yeah, they do have a loud meow. They do have a loud meow. I didn't know that they were really mean. They look mean. They look mean. Donna said, look, it's me or the cat. That cat got to go. That cat's got to go. The Siamese cats, they do look mean. They really do. They look mean. It's been an hour, y'all. Thank you, Donna, so much for interacting in the chat. We had a few people to come by, and they hung out with us. We appreciate you guys who hung out. Whether you decide to drop in the chat or not, guess what? You are much appreciated, okay? Because you stopped by and you hung out for a minute. And as content creators, we have to say to the subscribers, whether you are subscribed or not, and especially to our moderators, we appreciate you. Okay, we appreciate you. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. I even appreciate the good trolls. Now, when the bad trolls come, we don't appreciate that so much. But hey, if they hang out long enough, it's a view. And it's so funny how some content creators, that's all they care about is a view. Is a view. I could not put all my stock and time into a view like that. I just want to be me. You know, I do pride myself on being me. And each and every one of us should pride ourselves on being unique and original in ourselves. So I do pride myself on that more so than, you know, the channel. I pride myself on being me on the channel. Me with my channel. Because only you can be you. So I do pride myself on that. Yes, Donna, I'm telling you, these are the best types. These are the best kind of lives. This is how I started out, just talking to the 2, 3, 4, 5 people you know. You know, from just that you interact. You know, some people click early, and some people click eventually, and some people just don't click, and some people you think you click with and you don't. So it's like it's a maze. This thing is a maze, and you just have to, you know, scribble, scramble, and filter your way through. And sometimes it takes you a minute, and sometimes you know quickly who you really enjoy and who you really love. That's why I love my Chef Finest Wine. I love my Sin City. And Granny, I love Granny. And Donna, you know I love you because I like, Donna, you're just blunt with it. Whereas I might hold back a little bit. I try to keep it cute. And I try to keep it cute. But Donna's just gonna put it on the table. And that's how I am for real. But on here, I be trying. Because you don't mess with, when you don't mess with anybody, you don't want anybody messing with you. And hence why I always say, don't let people bother you. But at the same time, don't bother anybody. Now, if they bother you, Nobody can tell you how to respond. Nobody can tell you how to fight. And you don't have to do it the way they would do it. Right? You do it the way you do it. Especially when you don't bother people. Don't let bothered people bother you. And don't you bother nobody. See, we take accountability. We say all the time, don't let bothered people bother you. And don't you bother nobody. Okay? don't let stress people stress you out. And don't you go around stressing people out. Trying to stress people out. Because this is social media. But a lot of times people get social media twisted. You never know what's on a person's mind. You never know what is in a person's mindset to do. Okay? So don't bother people. And don't let people bother you either. But don't bother people. Don't stress people out. If you're stressed, go somewhere and kind of, relax, release, relate, resolve, reset, restart after you've refocused. Okay? We love the R words over here. All right? We love the R words over here. And as always, please, please, please move for at least 30 minutes a day, 5 days a week. You can move. You can do cardio 7 days a week. But for those who are just starting, or those who, they're under really, really tight time constraints, you can do 5 days a week. Shoot for 5. That way, if you miss a day or two, you've at least done 3. Okay? Shoot for 7. You miss a day or two, you've at least done 5. Do what works for you. Do what makes you feel good. And when you don't feel good, take a break. Take a break. Okay? Donna says, it's okay, sis. You know you my girl. I love all my sisters. Yes, you do. You do, Donna. And I greatly appreciate, appreciate you for your love. And it's so funny. We've always seen each other and didn't even know. But you always been up front and you're like, I'm so-and-so, so-and-so. And I'm like, okay. Okay. You let a person know you. And that's what I like. I like when people are up front. Tell me who you are. Tell me how you are. Because my spidey senses go up anyway. Especially with people you don't know. And that's why I always say discernment is key. Now, you don't treat people poorly because you have a certain sense about them, but you become aware, and when it happens, you're not surprised. Now, sometimes you are surprised because when you look back over a course of time, it's something you wouldn't have expected. But then other times, you're not surprised. It's like grandma said, you got to feed people with a long handle spoon. People you know, and definitely people you don't know. Just because you can smile with each other doesn't mean anything. Never, ever share with someone something that you don't want out. You know how they say, if you don't want something out, keep it between you and God? If you don't want something out, keep it first off between you and God, next between you and your mama, you and your daddy, and you and your kids. Because I'm going to tell you, a lot of times when our kids get a certain age, they spit us that knowledge that we spit them. They give us that knowledge that we gave them, and they keep us in check. They give us that knowledge that they have to remind us of the knowledge that we gave them, which is often the knowledge that we received from our parents and grandparents. It's generational, right? Generational wealth isn't just financial. Generational wealth is mental. It's emotional. And when nobody knows you like you know you, right? Nobody knows you like you know you. So sometimes you just have to kind of reel you in, and handle things the way you would at home. But when you're on social media, you can't always do that. Okay? And sometimes, like I said, don't let the virtual fool you, because some people don't give a care about it being virtual. Some people do not care. Okay? If they got a point to make or something to do, if they want to do, they do the things that they need to do. And it's like you would think, wow, they're crazy. Maybe, but you just can't bother everybody. You know, you just can't bother everybody, and you cannot underestimate everybody. So just treat people the way you want to be treated. Treat people the way you want to be treated. And when they don't return that, GYGAG, grab your grip and go. Get out of that misery lounge, because that's what they're trying to do, put you in a misery lounge, right? They don't even have to be miserable. They just want to make everybody else miserable. And some people can't take rejection. Some people are clingy and some people are needy. So that's a misery lounge as well. Because we ain't got time to be, you know, dealing with clinginess. Shoot, we got kids, nieces and nephews, spouses, and all this kind of stuff that's clinging enough, okay? So y'all be good. I hope to see you guys tomorrow, those who came through on the next Let's Walk and Talk Live in Lions Pride. And take good care of yourself. Remember that self is not a bad word. It's a great word. Selfish is a great word. Thank you again, my beautiful sis Donna. And you guys remember, go over there and check out Angel Eyes 1111. Check out those shorts. She's dropping a lot more shorts, and they are pretty as ever. They are pretty as ever. She's a beautiful, beautiful friend. Go check out my sis. Check out all my moderators. Chef Finest Wine, Jill's Comfort Zone, Rock Just Living, Granny's World, and Angel Eyes. Okay? Angel says, I'm loud and proud. I'm a good way. Yes, don't mess with my family nor my friends, and that's on pure. Okay? All right? Yes, you are. You are definitely that way. I love it. Donna says, night, night, everyone. Good night, Bush Watchers. Thanks for coming over to the live tonight. Yes, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I will see you guys, if it's the Lord's will, tomorrow. Tomorrow will be Thursday. July is getting on out of here. Thursday, today is July 17th. So we're right there at the midpoint. We're right there midway. You guys be safe. Have a good night. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, y'all.